Yeah, it was just a really
started it.
Yay. They look
Okay.
like horse.
So what is the first thing we're going to do?
Yes, yeah.
Cleanse.
Kind of bunches it into one big name.
Do you want to ask her if she's used any Retin-A?
Oh, have you used any Retin-A?
Nope. A long name.
Or tanning in the last 48 hours?
I'm like, you can see how pale I am. I don't tan.
Okay.
Any other questions? No.
Okay.
Yeah. That's exactly
So actually, let's ask her about her
They
shape.
do an under pony and then
Yeah.
Do you?
I mean,
But really?
how do you like your shape?
I just kind of like them how I have them filled in.
Okay.
So just follow the lines of her makeup.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. I know one thing Heidi and I do differently is I trim first and she trims last. So, but with somebody like Teresa and me, whose hair is so blonde, I think it's better to trim first. Because
And then after that, we'll
you might not see the little hairs that you might catch that belong to the. Do you know what I mean?
Because you're so light.
Yeah, if I don't fill mine in, it looks like I don't have eyebrows.
totally
Same.
understand.
If I don't tint them, if I don't, yeah.
just took me a little longer than
She practiced tinting. She can tint them too.
fine, but
She does. She hasn't tinted yet.
Cool.
Yeah, no, I
You can do it all on me today. I said you can do lip, and if you want to tint my brows, you can do that too.
Okay. Yep. So, but she likes to wax first.
Yeah.
Before she tints. I typically tint first. Okay. But Teresa herself likes to wax first. So.
Yeah.
So I'll ask her. So you don't need your tweezers yet. Yep. So when I'm trimming, I always like to think of the, like with the little curve, I make sure I turn it away from where they're actually, so if you go this way, you might accidentally cut into the hair. So since they're curved, go with the curve away from there where you're trimming, okay? And then you go, I go up first. Yep. So start pushing it all up.
I have to do something that
Thanks for letting me touch your face.
No, but I appreciate it. You're very good at talking.
Perfect timing, Sadie done
Even
bad.
though she doesn't really have a ton of hair there, I still make sure, because look at all those little ones that just popped up.
Right.
Okay. All right. That looks good.
Yeah.
kind of make sure you're describing the same thing. There's a million ways to
And it's really easy on somebody like Teresa who fills them in so cleanly.
I know, they
Because you
look
can really
great.
see- But you can really see exactly where all of those little hairs are.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you would never know to say next time.
No. Yeah. No, not at all. No, I feel like I don't always have a plan.
So take your scissors down a little bit lower and just right along the line of her tint. There you go.
That sometimes people see things that I wouldn't even consider trying, and I've had a lot of success.
Perfect.
with that.
And then down.
Now I feel like
Just this way.
Yep. And typically, like, she doesn't have a ton of little hairs there, so it's mostly going to be those little guys right there. Turn your shoes.
Let me explain my hair, first of all.
how weird it grows, how part of it is super curly, and part of it is not at all. No, it's so funny when I put my hair up, if I haven't styled it at all.
Some people
I love it, every time I put it up.
don't have very dense eyebrows.
Oh, yeah.
So if you
It
trim
is
the hairs
so
too
weird.
short,
It's just
they
the
get holes
weirdest
and
hair.
gaps, especially older women. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to be really careful
All of
about
these
that.
funky
Somebody
little
younger,
things
there's
are, like,
usually more
changing, happening,
brown hair.
whatever, but
But like I'll show
not
you
that funky in the big
next time Jenny is in, because we trim her brows. But if you were to cut them too short, suddenly she looks like she is, because they grow, they're all gray, and
done
they
that.
stick straight out, and then all of a sudden if
What
you
do
cut
you
them too
do
much.
when you do that?
Frizzy hair.
Teach them how to fill them in.
Yeah, but I'm trimming the edges and kind of keeping so that they're not wily, but.
Okay.
Sell them a brow pencil and teach them how to fill it
Well,
in.
and she uses brow gel to help tame them, so we don't have to cut them that short.
after your style, your color, to kind of run with whatever's happening around your life.
But I'll explain that to them too. If you want me to trim these shorter, you're going to have gaps, and then,
And I definitely don't.
you know, this is how you fix that. You'd have to have
My recommendation, or if you're
a
like,
pencil or something to remedy that.
way funky,
Your little spoolie keeps
It's
moving.
not possible.
yeah, to be honest.
The spoolie keeps like twisting on me.
No,
Right, like,
hold on to it tighter. Or is the thing big?
No,
like
the thing,
Okay.
the
Well, then
actual.
let's get a new one.
that would look good.
Because maybe it's been
Because I kind of used to, like I was explaining, growing up and when I was young, I didn't really have the say.
Your arm's getting tired,
I
yeah.
just did it. Yeah, and it was always fabulous. And I was lucky that I had really talented people, but then that kind of messes you up.
Totally, that's
You know.
not always the case.
Like,
Because I don't always know how to choose my
If you ever have a tool that is giving you trouble
and
and it's
loving
something
it.
like that, don't waste your time trying to work with it. Just replace it
Okay.
Even by itself without
because you're just gonna make your job harder.
a good shade here.
Oh, good.
Yeah, definitely warm, you know, of
Uh-huh.
course, but
Yeah.
I think this is gonna be beautiful. I'm excited.
I was gonna say, you won't hate it if it's worn. It'll still look good. It'll
It's
just be
still
that
pretty.
I
It's
might
just-
look a little bit like your mom. I'm just teasing you now, because really, you would have to work for a
Yeah.
long time to make me look like my
I
mom.
think, Chelsea, come here for a
Yeah.
second. I'm thinking I'm gonna go like 07 pattern. I just wanna be like a nice neutral to cool.
Yeah.
Yeah? Pretty. Cool. Alright, I'm gonna go mix that up.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, now.
Yep. So like I said, I break mine because I have more control.
Mhm.
Heidi doesn't. You can try it both ways. Whatever works. Maybe try without breaking it first and see how that feels. And if you want to try breaking them too, because you break yours too, don't you, Teresa?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think most of us do.
Well, if not, I'm just gonna hold it all the way down here.
Yep. So just, but then she flips it over. So
And then make sure you keep your lashes closed.
okay. One thing I'm gonna correct you on already.
Please do.
When you're laying down your wax, you're kind of going at it like this. You want to flatten it out. So when you are coming over here, you're going to use all of that wax. You're going to get all of it off the stick. Because otherwise, you're going to have to go over it 6 different times to try and marry those together.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's, but you can, that's the cool thing, so grab another stick.
Okay.
And I always work from the inside out, so you don't end up getting extra, because you're trying to fill in where you've already gone. Right. Yep. So load your stick a little bit more. Yep. And I always grab it and pull her up. You need to get all the way up in here. Yep. Now drop your stick down because you're still using just the point of your stick. Well, now you got the
Flat.
other side. Yep, but now you have all that weird wax on that side. Another thing too, stay really close by the hair where it is. Twist it and then break it off.
Oh, yeah. I just don't
Okay.
get
So let's go ahead and
blonde
lay down on the
so
top.
dark. You know what I mean?
The
It's so
contrast,
cool.
yes,
Yeah.
the contrast is beautiful. Gorgeous styles,
Yeah.
are so neat.
Yeah, I'm not close to trying that. I just don't know if it's
Also,
gonna be
it's
good
really
for that.
It's like a rooted look,
Yeah.
or like more
So
of
when
a,
you go first.
like a blonde.
Not,
rooted.
not
did you
like
get
that.
that from?
Not like that.
Yeah.
But then,
More of
like
Oh.
a rooted look, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I love the roots.
I just got color all over
Yeah.
my arm from the trash can.
Oh, nice.
A little more maintenance, a little more lived in looking.
That's,
So when
yeah,
you're
I'm down with that too.
Yes, yes, the modern
Really,
look.
and the reason I do that is just
No.
to make it that little.
No, no.
Right?
Or
You
you
don't want to see
no,
it for a long time because it's gonna cool too much.
I'm sorry.
And then the top.
Yep.
yeah.
Start all the way over here.
Yeah, yeah, it's way too much.
There you go. Keep it nice and flat. Flat, flat, flat. There you go.
Mixed up a little too much, but it's okay. I'm just gonna use it. So my hair soaks it up, I think, pretty
Yeah.
good too.
Yeah, you're a little
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be careful about not marrying those two ends together because otherwise you're not going to be able to pull them off separate. But that was a much better.
I think
Lay down.
Yeah.
That's okay. So here, before you do the next one, just toss that one. I'm gonna have you take just a little wax on it, just to like get a feel for it, okay? She's gonna do one without wax.
Oh.
So.
So
think of
down
how
this
you're-
way?
yeah. So think of how, when you're holding it,
Uh-huh.
I usually try and just really just draw on the skin, okay? Get up in there. See that again?
Yeah, it soaks it up really good, I know.
Yep. How does that feel?
It feels better.
Okay, so pop that one down. Touch your face with it, and then there you go.
Enough wax.
You can dip because you haven't touched anything, but you can dip more if you need to.
Okay.
Okay. But as soon as you touch her skin, that's when you have to throw it in the trash.
Okay, just
It's fine.
okay.
It's fine. Okay. Hold the top of her brow. There you go. There you go. Keep your wax stick flat. There you go. And the one other note is look how thick this is. Look how thin that is. You're gonna lay down over top of that again because you may not grab hairs with how thin that is. Okay? The cool thing about this wax too is it is made for sensitive skin. So if you miss a spot, you can wax over it a second time. Strip wax you can't. So it's a little more forgiving.
Here, guys,
There you go.
wax is a little
And make sure you
different.
give yourself a nice thick edge because you have to scratch it and pick it up. So if you get it too thin, you can't give yourself an edge.
This wax is different.
What were you using before?
And my unibrow.
We'll do that in a minute once she removes the other ones. You were using what?
Not this. I don't know what this is.
Were you-
I'd have to look at the brand.
But was it a hard wax?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And this side's a little cooler than the other side, so it's not as runny. And so.
Put a cap on you. Then you can process at the station. Okay. And look like a really good looking lunch lady.
Most women too
I'll meet you
have,
back there. You're welcome.
with the way their hair goes, kind of curves around the bottom of the lips. I kind of like to give them like a,
All the
almost
way
like
down.
not quite underneath, but just straight down
Okay.
versus off to the side. Which you did pretty well with that.
But and like I know there's a butt somewhere.
But well, I'm just saying like you know, making that come a little bit more, so you can really get
Hello.
Yes. Now look at all that wax that's about to drip down there. There you go. So that's another reason why you want to make sure you get that nice and flat as you're laying it down.
Okay.
Because it's going to start to pool at the bottom of your wax stick, and then it could drip in their hair. It could drip on, you know.
A little crazy.
It's okay. But what's cool is now, okay, so like right along her lip here and up here, you can add more wax right on top of it.
Thank you again, Teresa.
Mm-hmm. I made.
And again, we don't want it to get too thin. There you go. That's way better. Now you have a ton of wax on there. Use it. Get all as much as, because the less pieces you can do it in, the happier they'll be.
Okay.
You know, like if you can do it in their lip in 3 swoops, they're gonna be happier than if you're sitting there doing one
Just
here, one
trying
here,
to
one
do
here.
it.
You know, it's like the worst bikini wax I ever had. She was doing strips like this, and it was horrible. So,
I'm so scared to get.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So, what was the first one that got laid down? That's where I usually start pulling because it's definitely cool and ready to go.
Okay.
Yep. So, you want tension? Okay. Feel free to get your hand on their head. Like it's better to have too much tension than not enough.
Okay.
And don't lift your hand when you pull. Okay, so don't lift this hand up when you pull off because
Don't
if you
lift
lose your
this hand.
tension- Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so give it a little flick on the edge so you have a free edge. Okay. Rip her off and try and keep it as straight across the skin as possible.
I just don't want it to get caught on that.
There you go.
Okay.
How'd she do?
Good.
Tension good? Okay. So this, because we have been working on it for a minute, like this side's probably ready to go. So what you could do, and what I usually do is I put them on my hand and just rip them off as fast as I can versus throwing it away, coming back, throwing it away, coming back.
Or
Okay.
just drop it in the sink. We have
And
those
then pick
drain
it up.
catches and pick them up and throw it away.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get that one.
So
Sorry,
when you feel
Teresa.
like that, what you're gonna do?
Uh-huh.
So it's a little thin. So you just come in here and
And
flick
just
at it
flick
a
the
couple
rest.
of times.
Okay. I totally moved my hand the first time I noticed that.
Okay, how are you holding your tension?
Can I stand up there? Sorry. It's awkward.
Would it be more comfortable to stand on this side?
Maybe.
All right, go ahead and come on back for me.
Have your tension stay.
Good.
Good. Okay. So now, what you can do is rip these two off, and then we're gonna do here and here. Okay? Because we need to
Same
get her.
tension.
Yep. So whenever I work on their lip, I usually kind of pull about right here. So pulling in the opposite direction, you're gonna remove the wax. Okay?
So, like this. I think I lost tension on that one.
She flinched a little more. So
The lip always
really,
hurts
but
worse
also
than the
really
brows.
don't be scared to like get in there and really pull and hold on to their face.
Okay.
Okay. There you go. Is that better? That was way better.
That was way better.
Good job. Okay, so now we're gonna go and do the middle. Okay. So I always do here first, then the middle, and the middle. So you get all of your perimeters done, and then you do the middle. So go ahead and grab your next stick. Yep. So then right in the middle there. And some people have hair that grows all the way down here. So I'm really just looking at where those little hairs are. And especially since the way she wears her eyebrows.
Uh-huh.
Okay, don't lift so high when you're twisting that off. But she wears her eyebrows so straight right here, so I really want to get a nice straight line right there.
Okay. Sometimes it just scares me to get into people's business, their bubble.
Yeah, well, that's our job.
I know.
They know what, look how much wax you have pushing off to the side there. So, because every time you squeeze in the middle, it's going to go out to the side. So if you have excess wax that you're pushing out to the side, it could bleed into the
The other part of
And
it.
another way to get this to like not be so, okay, so you've got your little bit there, and then you can literally just do a little boop right there,
Okay.
so that you're not going.
All the way up.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do her middle.
And this one I usually just lay straight down.
Straight down.
Yep, you don't need to pull on her, there you go. Okay, don't lift so far away. Get the rest of that wax on there. There you go. Okay, now don't lift so far away. What did we just do? There you go. Because every time you lift, you're creating more strings, and then it's going to be...
So if you just go like
You
this,
just
it
kind of... Yep,
builds up.
yep. So what I do while we're waiting for these two, what I typically do is I'll start looking at her edges. So like right here,
Uh-huh.
we could probably lay another little bit of wax down right here. So see all those little blonde baby hairs right there?
Mm-hmm.
So I would take another piece and go right there. Because you have to wait for it to cool down before you can do anything. So
Right.
you might as well clean up while you can. So lift that eyebrow up. See those little hairs? Flatten your stick. There you go. There you go. Don't lift it so far away. There you go. But when you're not flattening, you're kind of, like I said, squeezing it down so that all that wax is going inside and then the middle is not going to catch any hair.
Right.
So you really want to have it be nice and thick like that.
Okay.
Let's look at her other side. Does she have any little? So that's pretty good. Okay. All right, so it's probably ready to go. Which one did you lay down next? You.
You still
So
hold
I
her.
usually just kind of go like this.
Okay. And then just up. I don't want to hit her in the nose.
I usually just go straight across. Okay. So, grab her face. Sorry.
Are
You're
you?
making this way hard on yourself.
I
You too.
know. I'm right-handed too.
Go right here.
Okay.
Flick up that side. Yep. And just. There you go. How did that feel?
As good as any lip wax ever
Yeah.
feels.
But decent attention.
Yeah,
attention.
it was good.
Okay. So now we're gonna go here. So you're gonna lift up there.
Okay.
Okay. Good.
That was a little slow.
It's okay. Okay, so now I really like this for waxing because of the light. But with Teresa and me, we have all those little blonde hairs. I like to stand on my head, so I will kind of go like this. So you can see if you tilt down like this, she's still got some little hairs.
Oh
right here.
yeah.
Okay. So let's get them.
Joys of waxing a blondie.
Yep. Yeah, blonde hair is hard.
Are all blondes pretty much like this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, no, they were all right in here. Yep. So all over here too. There you go. And you don't need to drag it quite so far.
Why is this not working?
It's okay.
It's yeah.
There you go. That's fine. Were there any others? I think that's pretty good. And you can do the same thing with the lip, kind of. You know, I always say stand on your head for the, because the light will catch them.
All right, I'll meet you back at my station.
She didn't have too many on her lip, so it's not too bad. Okay. So I was just kind of tap it to see
And if it's still warm at the bottom, it's still
if
good.
it's sticky. Yeah, but I think it's pretty good. So what happened here? Like, do you see how by dragging that out, it got really thin? It's going to be harder to pick up. So just being aware of that. Okay.
Okay.
And somebody too, like Teresa, who wears foundation and powder and stuff, like for her lip, like it might be good to cleanse first because she has powders and stuff. If it's harder to get their hair out of their skin, you know, if they're a little more resistant.
Do you want cooling gel?
So where's the little one at?
No, I'm good.
With my husband at home.
Okay. Typically, most of the time I ask.
He's still sleeping, so my husband's
Or
like,
I'll do like the spray, hydration spray.
okay.
How is this?